trying to do short picks me. Hello everybody, my name is Rocky and it's nice to see all of your smiling faces. As promised, I do have the Jacob Mayberry, JTesla, and Black Chakra here.
All three of them? They all sitting right here? Yo, that's funny.
Yeah, multi-personalities, you know? But, I promise you an interview with him, and here is Baltimore's greatest.
Don't. Someone will come to cut my head off for that thing. I'm not Baltimore's greatest, I'm Baltimore's latest.
How are you? I'm
dark skinned.
As I said, he's also a comedian. See him every Tuesdays and Fridays. So, what inspired you to become one of the most talked about people in Baltimore, one of the most wanted?
I am not one. I wish I was most wanted, and I'm not very talked about outside of the poetry scene. But I don't know. My brother entered a slam, and my brother was grossly unprepared. But my brother entered a slam when he was in high school, and that was my first experience with poetry. I thought it was awesome. I mean, I thought there were some poets there that were really terrifying and depressing. And then I thought there were some poets there that were really talented, and I wanted to bring something like that. I had no idea how to. I was rapping in high school, but you know, being a good rapper don't teach you how to be a good spoken word artist. So by the time I got to my 20s, I had got to a rap skill where I was like, I can take some time and develop my poetry skill, and I just been working at it non-stop. I mean, performing, competing until I actually just found a place where I'm comfortable with myself and comfortable with my words, and I can express it emotionally and creatively and still put the slick writing I put into my raps, and that's just how I became who I am.
What type of energy did you get from that first slam? Like, what were you feeling?
Okay, one of the earliest slams I entered, I'd say, because I've been in a lot of slams, but one of the earliest slams I entered was a slam again years ago, and I got second place, which was odd, because I didn't think I was going to get that. The person competing against me was a very talented poet, and I was like, man, I'm close to that. I'm right on their heels, and with only like a couple months of work, and I knew any other slam like that before that, I felt terrible. But this, I was like, I really could win this easily if I just put more work into it. So I was invigorated. Every time I lose, I get better.
Most people, they lose, they go home and cry and eat a pint of ice cream.
Oh, I do that too. I just wasn't going to tell nobody. Pint of ice cream and Rocky Road, by the way. Chocolate, vanilla, I ain't down with vanilla, you feel me? My chocolate is, prejudice and racism. I keep them segregated.
I see.
Sell them.
And I also hear that you're a big movie fanatic.
I am a humongous movie fanatic. I have seen everything that is worth seeing.
So not everything is worth seeing?
Hell no. I mean, you saw 50 Shades of Grey. Anyway.
I'm personally hurt by that because I like the movie.
I'm sorry you did. Like, you could have just watched Skinemax and saw the exact same film. They showed the same amount with the same amount of plot too. Oh, sign this contract. Okay. We're going to have these things together. Okay. I don't like these things. Why you sign a contract? But anyway.
As you see, he's very animated also.
I'm not animated. I'm just drawn that way.
Jessica Rabbit references. We can't get enough of them.
See, the fact that you understood the Jessica, I appreciate the understanding of the Jessica Rabbit reference.
Of course. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? One of my favorite movies of all time.
One of my favorite movies of all time, actually, too. That's awesome.
So what are some of your accomplishments as a rapper? We're going to get into the spoken word thing, but right now, as a rapper, what are some of your accomplishments?
Most of my accomplishments as a rapper happened within the area that I live in, around Woodlawn area. Just like the respect. I mean, you pretty much know me, or you pretty much walk around here, you're going to run into 17 people who know about what I do. And, getting established in my community is very important to me, because that's where your support comes from as an artist, your community. And then you branch out of your community, which was the biggest struggle. Once I started leaving Baltimore County and rapping in the city, and I started finding all these dope rappers from all around Maryland, competing against them and testing my skills in ciphers with them. I think that's where the skill is. And one of my biggest accomplishments, I'm finishing my CDE. I recently was blessed enough to be one of the judges for a competition called Rap God in Baltimore. So I got to judge other rappers. I feel like I'm in a level where I should be. I'm the guy who should be competing in this, but I'm judging other rappers, and I felt really honored to do that. And some of the other judges, they were fun as hell and crazy. No battle victories that I really care about to speak of. mean, most of my accomplishments are just finishing my rap CD and project, and some of the buzz I've gotten, which is decent.
That's good. And it's amazing to see somebody who's working at school doing so well for himself too.
Oh no, you ain't seen my paycheck. He a well-seasoned comedian. You know, you have to be one funny person to make me laugh without saying that my paycheck is really disgusting and hilarious. But no, there's a lot of people at this school, a lot of teachers who do a lot of incredible things, but people don't invest their time into teachers because, you know, they're very unappreciated, very disrespected on a regular basis. I mean, they're in charge of your future. They're in charge of children's futures, so they're very important people, and what they do is important. And because I work at a school, I mean, I just do a little more because I'm young. Two, like, these are things I'm into. Like, there are other teachers who there's teachers who work at this very school who are like UFC trained. Teachers at this school who are like CSI negotiators.
I've worked with celebrities.
Exactly. So, you know, I feel like I'm not doing a lot as a teacher. When there are so many teachers who do so much. But I do what I can.
Well, it's great that you care about these children so much, especially.
I care about children?
No, not children, children. I'm sorry.
The children.
I forgot.
The children, no D.
No,
Yes, I know it's spelled wrong. It's funny.
Yeah, but it's great to see that you care about me and all the rest of the kids here.
Well, because when I was your age, I was looking for the same thing. I had an art, and I wanted someone to care. I mean, that's how I became a rapper. Like, does anyone give a crap that I have something to say? And I realized that's a need for most children. Kids have something to say, and it's important they say it. It's important somebody hears them. It's important somebody cares about what they have to say. And because of that, poetry is one of the best, safest venues. It shows you that you say what you want. It's safe to say it. No one's judging you. It's all love. Like, that's a good feeling like you're loved.
That's one thing I love about the poetry community is because, like, I get to say everything, not just here, but whenever I go out to an event, when I go to an open mic, it's just such a good atmosphere. And it's not just with poetry. You know, I've made some of my best friends doing this, and it's just crazy. It's incredible.
It's chicken. It's definitely chicken.
So incredible, amazing, sometimes seasoned wrong. So now, let's jump into the spoken word, something I have a personal connection with. Just do you. Like,
spoken word poetry is a form of freedom that most people don't get to experience, and it's sad. Spoken word poetry has probably saved my life more times than breathing. It's a very important thing. But more important to me than doing it, teaching it. Seeing it channeled through these younger voices. Because I cannot lie to you. I would have been afraid to say half the things that you or some of your classmates say on a regular basis. I didn't have that type of heart when I was younger. All my rhymes were superficial. Or I stood from a standpoint of why is society like this. I could never speak on myself, and it takes a lot of bravery, courage, and especially there's no beat behind you. There's nothing to save you if you mess up. So you have to depend on your words and your memorizational skills, and I respect that. I respect any kid who takes time to do that. I respect any kid who propels in doing that. And I love spoken word. It's like a mistress. No, sorry, it's a wife. It's a wife. It's what I love the most right now in my life. I love poetry. What else is there? What else is there? If the world had more poetry, there would be no war. World had more poetry, there'd be no famine. World had no more poetry, there'd be a better world.
They would no longer be taking our sons and daughters and turning them into our soldiers.
All right. Nobody told you to quote your classmates. I'm so random.
For those of you who didn't get that, it is a reference in a piece of...
They got it. It's an illusion. It's called esoteric. It's between us. The thing about poetry is it brings people of many different walks together. There is no reason that I should know half the kids in this school. I got this kid from Atlanta, and crazy as all heck, ridiculously insane, funny, but because he raps, now he's introduced to this crazy, ridiculous as all heck teacher from Baltimore. I have more in common with him than I would have ever known had he had not rapped for me, and I didn't know that. And then I have these students who are fun and intellectual and intelligent and creative And I would have never experienced that if it wasn't for poetry. Poetry in itself is a community. It brings people closer through their own private stories and skill. And because of that, spoken word is so beautiful because it's the ultimate platform of poetry.
Well, you know good well you would have met me because I made cupcakes and...
Well, no, man, I wouldn't have met you. I mean, that one girl who used to go here, she made the cakes with the Oreo cookies in them. I'd have stayed with her. You gotta get there, yo. You gotta get there. Really?
She made them. Anyway, so...
A lot of shade in this room.
So, would you mind giving us a sample of your rapping or spoken word or both? If you could, just something.
Oh no, my voice is gone. I'm joking. Okay.
Something the fans would recognize?
Yes, director. Your show is awesome, by the way. I really, that was you're actually a pretty good host. I like it. I'm a be more poet. Couldn't be more poet. So I travel around the country trying to see more poets. But I never see nothing like a be more poet in my city. Poetry in an art form is a lifestyle. You think about everything that you write down as a culture. Of chicken boxing, spitting spots, and even if you've never been, after this you understand what type of city I'm in. Every night there's an open mic, and it's easy to jack suns and they shine if they ain't flowing right, don't get me wrong. Here we love the poet, but don't think much of the poet if their expression is whack. The axiom of Baltimore poets is that even we word slaves or our roots is black. Poet MCs get an E if their bars is weak, and our female rap, yeah, they too deep. They do positive things, come on son. I watch women beat male patriarchy every day when Simon Says turns into Shelley Says. We got hip-hop's fifth element carved into our skeleton. It's oh so many views. Our language weighs on our ways, and it's from multiple perspectives. So it's a matter of slang, tons, hues. Two religions in my scene, Islam and Islam. But our Akbars got scars, rap battlers be modern day Zulu warriors, so you can find Chakra in the pitch with our lyrical lyricists, where our chi is the messenger of our purpose. We got kids with Kendrick Lamar skills. Every venue's a green pasture filled with Lamar Hills and Yoruba. The word for God and Olu for us. It's a title we give to our butterflies, mother's pride, and a revolutionary wingspan that holds you, but don't get it twisted. We got a word war here, and I've been there. Put my words in there. My whole body, my soul body, my arm, chest, and my shin, yeah. If you don't think my city's movement is too complex, then keep on moving. Perhaps further analysis is needed. Break down the semantics of my pieces. What you'll find is your definition of my city redefined. You hear about the crime. Because most of us are living a step away from the wire. We're a quarter filled with homicide. We chose words instead of war. And when you hear about the riots in the harbor, where slaves used to be bartered because we fighting to get our ancestors' souls back. There is a history of brown fish drowned in our shores. So an attempt to empty water our MC's water, cleansing the town of its image. My scene be that, but you don't see that. We save our dope boys here. That's why everywhere I go, I let these other poets know that where I'm from is a direct relation to the poet I become. And when I slam, I bring the voices of every poet from my city with me. The thugs, the drugs, the pain with me, like I got Gail Danley's voice in my esophagus. Eat poets for dinner and don't say grace. I got flows that are burning without the Roscoe. I want a legacy as long as a poem by I Kill My Czar, and I'm spitting like the Adik gave rolls out of concrete. Because they slammed to be a part of a victory. And I slammed to be a part of my city's history because I'm a be more poet. Couldn't be more poet. So I travel around the country trying to see more poets, but I never see nothing like a be more poet.
You saw it here first. Well, not really, but wow. And now you see why I admire him as a coach. And fun fact, at a poetry slam in Baltimore, in a poetry slam in Baltimore, if you like what the person's saying, you do this. You take a pen and you throw it at your feet as a sign of saying that you are done writing, you're going to go home, and you're going to burn your poetry book because that just made you give up on everything.
Thank you.
Because that was incredible.
You know, this is like an Oscar in the poetry scene. I want to thank my mama. I want to thank my father's kneecaps for carrying me for so many years. I want to thank my big brother's stomach for being there to cry on in high school. Obesity is beautiful.
It's funny because we recently went to Alexander-Bond, Baltimore, and there was a slam between teaching artists, and he literally got 10 pens thrown at his feet, and he got nothing but straight 10s, and as you can see why. So
I got a 9.9. I think it was from Julia. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not gonna dim it down right then to make it look like you're throwing shade. Nah, I wouldn't do that editing.
Hey man, there's a lot of shade in this room right now. Don't you see the blind?
And can't you not see him?
Ooh. It must be UPS. We pack it in here. When the camera's off.
But beyond anything, thank you, Jacob, for doing this interview. You are amazing.
Thank you,
I
young
know
lady.
you're going to put me through torture after the camera's off. If y'all don't see me for a while, it's not because of school, it's because he put me through that. But everybody, Black Chakra, don't you have some stuff coming out soon?
Yes, my CD, my hip hop CD, Son of the Carpenter 2 Crucifixion disc, is coming out. I think people will like it. It's really dope. And that's not my opinion, that's other people's opinion.
When can they expect this?
May 19th. It will be on Bandcamp, Dat Piff, Spinrilla, and My Pocket.
Okay. If you happen to see him around, ask him if he has one. And if he doesn't, go on all those other websites and any social media people can follow you at.
Oh yes, you can follow me on Bandcamp. Why would you want to? I have great music. I answer questions. Facebook, or you can follow me on Instagram, Tesla214.
I'm going to put all of his links down in the description. Once again, everybody, I love you guys. And always, peace, love, and happiness. Peace to my Reese's Pieces. Bye!